Yo, so last night was the college football championship game, right? Featuring Georgia and TCU. Georgia beat them people to sleep by 60. I'd be technical, 58. So the final score was 65-7. So I just want to come in here and address the people that told me TCU belonged in here and belonged in these playoffs, man. And I told y'all when they first made the selection that them people didn't belong in there. Obviously, I'm an Alabama fan, so I feel that Alabama should have made it. A lot of y'all who feel that Alabama shouldn't have made it is just because of y'all hate for Alabama. But whether it's Alabama or whatever, we gotta stop putting these teams like that in there, man. Well, now they go expand it, so it's a little different. But if they wasn't expanding it, you gotta stop putting these teams in there. I could recall back years ago and put Notre Dame in there. They get smoked. Oklahoma get smoked. Like, you gotta stop putting these teams in there. They said they wanted to put the 4 best teams in football into the playoffs. Just because you are undefeated or you have a better record than some of these other teams, do not mean that you're a better football team. Because you have to factor in the level of competition. You have to factor in the conferences and things of that nature. And because of that, TCU was not a better football team than Alabama, even though they had one less loss than Alabama. TCU, they in the Big 12. And let's talk about the Big 12 for a minute. Every year you get one team out that Big 12 that's good. Lately it's been Oklahoma. Then the rest of it is, the rest of it ain't hitting on nothing, bro. So just because you dominate a conference that ain't hitting on nothing, that don't mean that you ready to see the big dogs, bro. And that's what that just showed yesterday. Every time you put one of them teams in there, we see some mess like this, man. And they're fucking up them people ratings and fucking up the money and all. Come on, man, get them guys out of there, bro. See, and I read something yesterday that said the committee kind of fell to the pressure, man, of instead of putting the 4 best teams in there, they fell to the pressure of putting the 4 most deserving teams in there. And when I say deserving, I mean record-wise. You know what I'm saying? People, man, they deserve to be there. They did this, they did that. No, that team didn't even win. I keep telling y'all they're in a weak conference. And they didn't even win that conference, bro. Like, you couldn't even win that weak-ass conference, but you think you ready to see the big dogs? No. Stop putting them teams in there, man. Stop doing that. Well, now, like I said, it's expanding to 12. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different. But if it was keeping it at the 4, stop putting them teams in there, man. You see what happened every time you put one of these teams in there. This type of shit happened. I was talking to somebody yesterday. I was talking to my brother Rob yesterday, and he like, bro, you got an SEC bias or whatever like that. He say, so what you saying is, basically, the SEC should be represented in, you know what I'm saying, the Big Ten and conferences like that. Yes, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because you may call it a bias, but it's the truth. Look, go look at the last, since they started the championship, right? I think it's like 9 years. Except 1 year, the very first year when Ohio State played Oregon. Every other year, the championship game had a SEC representative, whether they won it or not. You know what I'm saying? Because like Clemson won a couple years or whatever like that. But every year, the championship game was represented by a Big Ten, by a SEC representative. Yes, that's the best conference in football, man. Yes, them the best teams in football. So yes, they're gonna be more heavily represented, man. That's just the way it is. Until, like I say, now they're expanding it, but man, stop. It's not a charity case, man. Stop putting them teams in there just on some charity shit, bro. Get them guys out of there, man. Y'all set them boys up, man. TCU, I ain't mad at TCU because they got set up. They shouldn't have been there. And I have to admit something. What happened to them yesterday, I knew a blowout was coming. But to be totally honest, I thought Michigan was going to do it. I thought Michigan was going to blow their ass out. But I knew a blowout was coming, though. So, no, they didn't deserve to be there. I guess you could say I'm kind of glad it happened to show people, like, stop doing that shit. Stop. Them boys don't deserve that, man. You know what I'm saying? Go to one of them other bowl games over there in your, you know what I'm saying, in your conference. Or at least win your conference to justify you being in there, man. With Clemson, even though Clemson coming from the ACC, at least they won a conference, man. You know what I'm saying? At least they won a conference. And then when they get in there, they had great showings, man. So it's hard to justify not putting a Clemson in there. But Notre Dame, Oklahoma, TCU, man, stop putting them teams in there, man. Stop. Y'all, like I say, and it y'all let y'all judgment be clouded because of y'all hate for Alabama, man. That's all it is. Y'all would have took Eastern Illinois or somebody in there instead of Alabama, man. Stop doing that, man. Put the best 4 teams into the playoff, man. Put the best 4 teams into the playoff. Forget all that record. I mean, I ain't gonna say forget record because obviously records has to factor in. But when you have a situation where it's a better team with maybe one more loss or something like that, the way we had it this year, man, you got to do the right thing, man. You got to do the right thing. People, man, Bama would have got blew out. No, they wouldn't. You ain't never seen them get blown out before. I think the worst loss we had in one of these games, who was that? I think Clemson did us bad. They beat us by like 20. Or like, you know what I'm saying, like 24 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's considered a bad blowout. But 60? 60? Come on, man. Y'all can't justify this mess, man. You can't justify it. Like I said, your hate for Alabama, you know what I'm saying, clouded y'all judgment when it came to saying that TCU deserved to be there, man. Stop that, man. So congratulations, Georgia. Congratulations to the SEC conference, the best conference in college football. And, you know what I'm saying, looking forward to next season, man, when everybody retooling and coming on back for another run, man. Roll Tide, baby. Bringing the business. Check me out on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on YouTube, man. Check the YouTube channel out. Like, subscribe, follow, share. Do all of that, man. Comment, everything, man. Check us out on Spotify. Check us out on Instagram if I said that already. Check us out on TikTok. Bringing the business.